Ladies and gents, welcome to UX, and this is Trump finally responds and multiple other clips. This shit has been moving so fast that asmongold have multiple clips on it. Trump finally responds, this is going in the history book. I don't even know what these titles are. Like, why does this channel has this kind of titles? Does it matter? Like, does it get more clicks? I don't understand it, but it must be something like that. But basically, this is all Epstein videos and shit that has been happening with the Epstein thing. Yeah, this is like a secondary channel from asmongold. The main channel is asmongold TV, where he does the main reactions and things. This is about like main clips, main news from that. So I guess editor curates and put it on. So yeah, this is very easy to like see what news is happening and whatever, right? So yeah, a lot of shit has been happening apparently. Like I just just saw a lot of like other news that is popping up. Like it's increasing. The pressure is increasing now, which asmongold said it's gonna happen. I don't know how American news and like people work in that way. Like I kinda know, but not really. Asmongold's one of the people who would know. He lives there, so like it's very interesting to see like what he's gonna say and how things are playing out. So yeah, he was right on that front. Things is increasing, like pressure is increasing. So I don't know. Like I've seen certain clips of people burning the MAGA hat. People are burning MAGA hats. Like, okay, obviously there are like hardcore MAGA, whatever, MAGA fans. There are hardcore MAGA fans that's just going to defend him point blank. I get that in comments a lot as well, where people just point blank defend Trump's. Like you could argue anything in the end of the day, right? There was like, who was that? There was a Greek guy who was famous for that, who just went to the places, just argue. Doesn't matter who's wrong or right, and he always win. Because you can argue anything in the end of the day, right? So yeah, this is just weird. I feel like this is the issue that's not gonna go away, and the harder Trump fights, the harder it becomes. Like it's stronger it becomes, where people really not let it go. Which, knowing Trump, I think that's very stupid. I think Trump would have been the one guy who would like know how to play his base. So if he didn't like double down on it, or if he didn't put pressure and just like slowly talked about certain other things and just not talk about this list, maybe it would have died down somewhat. Because like, why are you talking about Epstein? Like, are we still talking about this guy? That's fucked up. That's gonna increase the pressure. So let's do this one.
The conspiracy theories just aren't true. They never have been. It's an honor to serve the President of the United States, Donald Trump, and I'll continue to do so for as long as he calls on me. The conspiracy theories just aren't true. Then why was the president pushing them?
Bill Clinton.
Got a lot of problems coming up, in my opinion, with the famous island with Jeffrey Epstein.
But this, I'm pretty sure this clip is like 12, 13 years old. So it could be one of those things where he just like, he knew like this is not gonna be much, and I'm just saying like this could be, I don't believe this, but it could be one of those things like I'm just gonna use this to win, even though there's nothing there. It could be that, but I highly doubt that.
That island was really a cesspool. There's no question about it. Just ask Prince Andrew.
If you think the conspiracy theories just aren't true, then release all of the information. Release everything. So this was 1 minute ago. All right, let's see what he says. What's going on with my boys, and in some cases gals? They're all going after Attorney General Pam Bondi, who is doing a fantastic job. We are one team MAGA, and I don't like what's happening. We have a perfect administration, the talk of the world, and quote, selfish people are trying to hurt it all over a guy who never dies, Jeffrey Epstein. Why are we giving publicity to files written by Obama, Crooked Hillary? They created the Epstein files, and now my so-called quote friends are playing right into their hands. Why didn't these radical left lunatics release the Epstein files? If there was anything in there that could have hurt the MAGA movement, why didn't they use it? We're saving our country and making America great again. Kash Patel and the FBI must be focused on investigating voter fraud, political corruption, arrest.
He's just like, see, this is the problem. This is what anti-MAGA people were saying, and MAGA people are just getting it now. Trump is point blank on the face, like, you shouldn't care about this, you should care about this, that's it. So far, it was in the favor of MAGA people, so they were fine with it. But this is the problem. Murder is fine as far as it helps us. No, it's about principle. There is going to be the day where it's going to hurt you. So murder in general is not good. This is how societies work. And MAGA people didn't get that. So far, like he's always been like this. He's been point blank, blatant. Like, yes, this issue is a real issue, but we should talk about that issue, not this, because fuck that issue. Pick and choose. That's not how laws work. That's not how any issues work. He's always been like that. And he's just point blank saying that same thing here. Like, okay, Epstein thing, like this guy never died. Who cares about Epstein thing? Let's talk about this water fraud and other things like that. Not really. This time, mega people do care about it. See, this is one of the things, like, mega people can't bitch about it now. Like, left-wing people have been saying this for years now. And now you're the other end of it. Now you're getting burned. So people are not going to have much sympathy for you after that, right? And you can say anything about left-wing people, but every side has pros and cons. And this was one of the things about left side that they were right on. Like, Trump always picks and chooses like this, right? This is just like this is on the face. He's always done this. So he's just repeating it now, but this time his own base is in the opposite side. So I don't know like how this is going to end. Maybe he doesn't have the shield he had back then, because his own people are going to turn on him now.
Thugs and criminals instead of spending month after month looking at nothing but the old radical left inspired documents on Jeffrey Epstein. Let Pam Bondi do her job. She's great. 1 year ago, our country was dead, and now it's the hottest country anywhere in the world. Let's keep it that way and not waste time and energy on Jeffrey Epstein, somebody that nobody cares about. Thank you for your attention to this matter. I don't think you should be saying thank you, because I have a lot of attention for this matter. I have a lot of attention. If it was all a cover-up, we need a public apology by Trump to Bill Clinton and Prince Andrew. How the fuck are you gonna go and say that a former president was a fucking rapist pedophile with no evidence? You're finally president, and then you say it doesn't exist, and you don't even offer and correct yourself? If
this is equivalent to saying to the class teacher, like, my homework got stolen. If my homework didn't get stolen, why would I come to the school? It just makes sense. This is the type of shit he's saying. Like, okay, if the list existed, if it hurted me, why didn't like Obama and like Biden did anything about it if it hurted me? Like, you're just going all around the issue trying to solve it. How about fucking release the thing, whatever that is, if you're not in it? Like, don't walk around it. People are not that stupid. This is just too insane to me. And you know what? I'm pretty sure like, he said in one of his 2016 election time, I love poorly educated people. This is what he thinks. He thinks his base is so slow and so stupid. He can say this, they'll be like, yeah, that's good enough and move on. I don't think that's going to happen. This is very interesting to me because this is first time, I think, first time since like over a decade where his own base is going to properly turn on him. If this thing becomes bigger and bigger. And it's not slowing down, it's getting amplified now.
If he doesn't solve this in some way or another, this is going to completely tarnish his entire reputation. The Democrats wrote the Epstein shit? Yeah. To act like the Democrats made all of this stuff up, then why was Bill Clinton and a bunch of other people like Bill Gates implicated in it? These are people who are oppositional to you. So why would the Democrats go and make up a bunch of stuff that implicates a bunch of their own people? Where's the proof? Yeah, they've got to post everything about this. They do. That's crazy. I think this is ridiculous. So this has been a little bit of a situation.
This is going in the history books, something about Gillis Lane, this woman, I guess, who was she's serving sentence. See, this is how fucked up it is. There is nothing to see here. There is no evidence. There is no list. Okay, why is he serving the life sentence? No, like whatever, like 15, 20 years that she's serving. Based on what? There has to be some evidence put forth that she's in the wrong here. Release that evidence. Okay, there are victims, there are black out their faces. How hard is that?
Gillis Lane Maxwell says that she is willing to speak in front of U.S. Congress about the Epstein files. If this happens, I would make every member of Congress attend this. I would go and have her sitting at the front at the podium, and as she names off names of people in the room, have the police come.
Yeah, I think she's gonna disappear, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm surprised that she's still there. If she disappears now, like, people need to fucking come on the street. Doesn't matter who's at fault or not. At that time, like, okay, dismantle the fucking government. Start from scratch. Bring on new government. Impeach everyone. Because at that point, like, you know, like, I'm not, like I've said in the past, I'm not the burn everything down type of guy. But at this point, I would be with Asmon. What is that? Like, burn shit down. Like, this is ridiculous. If she disappears, that's the last straw, man.
Come in live on television and escort them out. This would be in the history books for hundreds of years. And also some of the Republicans Congress Republicans don't want her to testify. And I was thinking to myself, I said, if that's the case, that's why we got to lock them in the room. Would you give her a plea deal for names? Would I give her a plea deal for names?
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
1,000,000%.
Because she could name anyone now, and if no lists exist,
look, man, there's also that, right? Like, she could just make shit up. No, there has to be some evidence. Like, this is how things work. If somebody gets offered a plea deal, somebody names something, then that person gets investigated and some dirt is found there, then she gets a plea deal. That's how plea deals work. And yeah, like one person, I don't care how heinous that one person is. Maybe someone like Hitler and Stalin is a different thing. But I don't care how fucked up one person is. If one person can identify 10 or more people who are equally fucked up or something like that, yeah, that one person can get a plea deal. Because you're getting much more from it, right? This all works a lot of time. Maybe on the face of it, just black and white way, it doesn't feel right. Like, why does she escapes or something? Yeah, but 10 people who never would have gotten caught now got caught on. And who knows what domino effect that will have, right? So plea deal, a lot of murderers also gets plea deal because they're going to identify more people.
Everyone's on the chopping block. You shouldn't listen to what she says. I mean, she is, pedophile child trafficker. So like this should not necessarily be a beacon of morality. But at the same time, if she can provide evidence for what she's saying, this is what I think that we should push for right now. Every person in Congress needs to come out in support.
Is it just me? But every photo that I see of these people, it's just like somewhat triggering me, right? Like, why are they wearing clothes like that? Some of the clothes is like they're some kind of army people. Look at what she's wearing now with the feather thing, whatever. Every clothes that they wear, like, what the fuck? Why are you wearing? It's just triggering, isn't it? Like,
of this. And the people that don't, I wonder why.
No, he didn't. I don't believe he did. I believe that he was
anxiety as fuck.
What a massive, unforced.
That is such an anxiety. It's like she's afraid she's gonna disappear or some shit like that. Like, yeah.
By the Trump administration. Donald Trump would love this story to go away, but in fact, interest is climbing higher and higher.
Let's find out ourselves. Wow. Holy shit.
Asmon is playing in this.
Top topic search.
I think if they aren't keeping the secret on purpose, they deleted all.
I feel like Asmon has such a reach that he's probably fueling this somewhat, which is good. But yeah, he's fueling it, at least somewhat.
All the evidence before Trump got into the evidence, then he should say that. He should come out and say they deleted the fucking evidence and then take the people who deleted the evidence and put them up on trial for doing it.
And also, just for context, this is the list of people who visited Epstein's island and which the public has to...
Stephen Hawking? What the fuck? February to August 2002, what, he stayed there for 6 months or something? Bill Clinton, he just made it house. Prince Andrew, okay. Kevin Spacey, okay. Chris Tucker. Huh? Chris Tucker? Naomi Campbell, like, yeah, okay, like, I'm sure there have been other reasons to, like, why does that island exist in the first place? Like, why would you go to a specific island? Like, that in itself is like a question. So, like, if you want to meet Epstein or whatever the connection he has, you meet him somewhere in New York or something. Like, at least that makes sense. You go to that island, it's like Chris Tucker and we're like, why'd they go to that island? I don't know, man.
direct proof through the various testimonies during the trials. By his own admission, one of the biggest names on the list is Israel's former Prime Minister Ehud Barak. So I went out to make sure of the connection and was shocked to notice how these had almost no views.
DailyMail.com has exclusively learned that the ever-expanding probe into the billionaire is now threatening to derail the Israeli election for Prime Minister.
Jesse, DailyMail.com has exclusively uncovered photos of one of Israeli leader Benjamin Netanyahu's main challengers, former Prime Minister Ehud Barak, covering his face as he entered the convicted pedophile's home. This was back in 2016, and on the same day, a group of young women were also seen arriving at Epstein's home.
The leaked photos were in 2016, way after Epstein's first criminal conviction. He even mentioned this himself.
Have you ever been convicted of a crime?
Yes.
What was the crime of which you were convicted?
Two counts, one soliciting prostitution and procuring a minor for prostitution.
Just throwing it out there?
He's just like, come on, look at the face. He doesn't get shit.
Asmongold's employer is not suicidal. Nope.
Why do people think that someone would keep incriminating evidence like a list? Not everyone's a streamer that records their crimes. Because they said that they did. They said they had them. Gillis Lane Maxwell said, I don't know where they are, when she was asked a question about the videos that were incriminating. Let me ask you a question. Where are the dead bodies in your house? You would say, there aren't any dead bodies in my house. You wouldn't say, I don't know where they are. I feel like I'm losing my fucking...
That is, I didn't even thought of that. Like, holy shit, that's a good point. What tapes? She would have said, no, I don't know where they are. There definitely are tapes. That's the way that sentence is spoken. It implies that it's general knowledge among the people in the island, and the people visit the island, that there are tapes. It's like a thing there. I mean, when there is too much smoke, there has to be some fire. Maybe some of that is fog, but some of it has to be from fire because too much smoke now. You know, like, come on. I don't understand this shit. Like, this so on the nose. Like, oh, there are no tapes. There are no... Come on. I don't know about, like, Israeli prime minister and things like that. Like, oh, it's the Jews. Like, what is even that? Like, come on, really? There's so many people on the list. Why are you clinging on to one prime minister? Oh, it's the Mossad. I think people give too much currency to, like, Israel and Mossad. But Mossad is really fucked. I don't think you realize how fucked up your CIA is. I think people say Mossad is too strong. Yeah, because they have to be. And that's because of their surrounding people. Not in their global reach, the way CIA is. Let's not get it twisted. CIA is next level. CIA is really fucked up that you probably will never know about. Right? So stop giving currency to Israel at that level. It must be Israel behind it. Israel is making everyone puppet. No, it's not.
Mind, I'm taking crazy pills. There is no excuse they have at this point. They have the Supreme Court stacked, the Congress, they have the Senate, and of course they have the executive branch. They have everything.
Yeah, but thinking in the reverse point, they have every one of them. How are you going to make them release anything? See, like I just said in the earlier, this is what the left have been saying for a long time. And you were like clapping, all the right, I'm not talking about Asmon, extreme right-wing people, not just right-wing in general, libertarian, all that. No, extreme right-wing people were clapping because it was in their favor. But the problem with setting a precedent, the shit might go opposite of you, like something you don't want. And at that time, you can't complain, which is this situation right here. The left-wing people are just going to like smugly sit there and laugh now. Because we were saying this for years and you didn't listen. And it's not like you didn't listen, you didn't care. If you understood what they were talking about, but you're like, oh, it's for our favor, who cares? This is why you should care. Like some guy point blank lies, point blank says shit, and just because it's in your favor doesn't mean you should let it go. It's about principle.
It's not anybody else's fault but their own. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Yeah, what's going on with my boys, in some cases gals? This is so dumb. He has gotten ratioed by his own supporters. I think this is a line that has never been crossed with Donald Trump. That is where we are at.
I know for a fact documents are being suppressed, and they're being suppressed to protect individuals. I know the names of the individuals. I know why that.
So why is this guy not being brought in front of Congress to testify of what this is under oath?
Yeah.
But I hand to God, I know the names of people whose files are
his client's dead,
being suppressed in order to protect them.
Are these politicians, business?
Yeah, man. That's so true. Attorney-client privilege doesn't apply now because his client is dead. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, right? So he can come out and say it. But then again, he needs evidence to back something up. Like, I don't know how, like, American laws sometimes, like, I feel like I'm intuitive to that, like, how it works, but sometimes even I get surprised. So I don't know how American laws really work. Maybe people's testimony is enough. Maybe, like, Gillis Lane saying it, the lawyer saying it is enough, and that would be enough to, like, convict people or something. I don't know. But it's not about, like, conviction, right? Like, it's, even if you can't convict it, at least people would know. And people can make up at least their own mind. It's not just about law. Like, sure, law can't punish these people, but at least other people would know, like, what shit was happening. If nobody knows anything, let alone, okay, law doesn't know anything, great. But even people doesn't know anything, it's too dark, like, that's what people don't like it. Right? Like, at least we should know something.
Leaders.
He's going to say all the above.
I'm not talking about frontier justice here, like, where people just do shit their own way. No, at least people knows, like, who's what and in which way. I'm not talking about frontiers. At least people have some information. At least people at least we have some information about.
They're everything. The judges have said, if somebody calls themselves a victim, we're not going to give any information about them, but they may not be victims.
Two different judges won't allow the information to be released. You telling me they control all three branches of government, but they can't figure out how to get this information?
Should have come out a long time ago. Professor Dershowitz
not how
wanted
things
it
work,
out. And by the way, he's one.
I understand what Asmon is saying, but that's like a general anger. There are certain things that are in place that you can't overrule. Judges are one of those people. If a federal judge just say, fuck it, like this is not happening, it's really hard to go about that without dismantling law system. And if you dismantle law system, that sets a precedent. It's kind of fucked up, so nobody wants to do that. So judges have real power. Like, you can't just like say, screw this guy.
one of the best attorneys in this country. I know him.
That was
I know
old
his
Baldy
wife.
that we were looking at
That's a great
earlier.
family, and Jeffrey Epstein is dead, and Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison for 20 years where she belongs. And if people in that report are still fighting to keep their names private, Sean, they have no legal basis to do so.
I agree. This is one of the victims.
For what she, Jeffrey, and all the co-conspirators did to me. I was raped repeatedly. I was raped 3 times a day sometimes. And I was not the only girl on that island. There was a constant stream of girls being raped over and over and over again.
Did you see like what the title said, like victim of Ghislaine Maxwell? Even though she's talking about Epstein, not Ghislaine. Is this like a subliminal message? Focus on Ghislaine, not Epstein. So you just think like, oh, justice is served because he's serving 20 years, and don't talk about Epstein, right? It's just like one of those like small messages here.
The names.
And yes, Ghislaine must die in prison. I was 10 years old when Liz Stein was being trafficked. I was 10.
You can't tell me that 1,000 people were hurt and that there are no people out there that we can arrest. You're telling me there's videos out there in New Mexico and in the island and in New York? And no.
All of them. Where are these kids coming from, though? What about their parents? What is happening? Are these orphans? Like, what is even happening? Like, how even if they're orphans, like, there's no record, no orphanage record. How are they getting these people? There has to be some chain of command shit happening here that people need to like claw through it. How did these kids got in the first place? Who are overseeing them? What about their parents? They had no parents. What about the orphanage they were at? What about the leader of the orphanage? How did they let the kids get away? What is it? Did the kids get kidnapped from the street? What is it? Let's go into details. This is the problem. This is what people are getting pissed off for. Like, we live in America. This shit is happening in America. And you don't have enough law systems to like backtrack and track people. If it's in your favor, you go from DNA evidence to God knows what, enact science that doesn't even exist, and claw through people all the way to like different country. But when it's shit like this, oh, we can't do anything. Really?
Nobody saw anything. I don't buy it.
This is exactly the way that I feel. 100% this is how I feel.
You can defuse this ticking time bomb, get the deputy director, and get the director.
This is not going to go away. People are not going to be like, you know what? I'm tired. This is not going to go away.
And Jeffrey Edward Epstein.
Have you ever been convicted of a crime?
Yes. 2 counts. 1, soliciting prostitution and procuring a minor for prostitution.
Is it true, sir, that you have what's been described as an egg-shaped penis?
I had hired a psychologist to what type of person he was and what would actually get under his skin.
Question.
Described your penis oval-shaped and claimed when erect it was thick towards the bottom but was thin and small towards the head portion, and called it egg-shaped. Those are not my words, I apologize. But as Mr. Critton has stated, that this is a... I'm willing to continue. I hate to call him back.
Let me go on the record. He tries at all times to be the master of his domain and in control of his world.
Mr. Epstein, how long have you been sexually attracted?
Why the fuck did he got up and sat back down again? Like, what do you...
To underage minor females.
Are you kidding?
I mean, I don't feel like I'm divulging any secrets here, right? On one of defendant Epstein's birthdays, a friend of defendant Epstein sent him 3 12-year-old girls from France who spoke no English for defendant to sexually exploit and abuse. After doing so...
Yeah, the smile could be like, you got to be fucking kidding me. I can't believe this is happening type of thing. So we can't like... psychoanalyzing something is really like you really need to see all the details. Like, it could be one of those things. Now again, he has to believe his own lies and act that way, I guess, because he knows he's on camera. So he could be like, I can't believe this shit, I can't believe I'm going through that shit type of smile.
So they were sent back to France the next day. Isn't that true?
I would like to answer that question. I really would. However, today, my attorneys have told me I have to assert my Fifth Amendment.
You're invoking your Fifth Amendment rights to each of these questions because you know that your answers will incriminate you and you...
See, that's not a good look, though. Like, see, fifth, you only invoke... That's Chapesky. I invoke the fifth, whatever that's such a good skit. Only reason you do that because anything you say might be so bad that it's better to let jury and judge things that you're guilty rather than say something that's even worse, which is not good in itself, right? This is like saying, like, I'd rather get shot 3 times rather than get exploded from grenade, because grenade will put me in pieces, while 3 bullets will probably still kill me, but it's still bullets. It's not a good look anyway. Like, you have to have better defense than that. You claiming the 5th is really fucked up. Like, judge and jury already like, oh, that's it, this guy is completely guilty. Right? Biases will arise. US system works through jury. And doesn't matter how much you tell jury to not have biases are there. They're human.
Feel that it would result in you being prosecuted for these crimes. Isn't that right?
No, in fact, the Supreme Court recently said that the Fifth Amendment right is there to protect the innocent. So
it's not how anything works, man. Fifth Amendment. Yeah, the only way innocent, like somebody's trying to pressure you and just like grind you. And even that, it doesn't work, right? Because cops can still do it. Cops can still lie to you if they're in like basically grinding you in police station and everything, right? 5th, you can only say it if somebody says it in weird way or something. But if you invoke 5th every single time, that's a clear sign that like you don't want to say anything, you're just hiding things.
Well, I'd like to answer that.
Oh, man. Yeah, I guess so, right, guys? I can't believe this guy killed himself for being too innocent.
Virginia Roberts. Do you know Virginia Roberts?
So she's...
Okay, was that suicide? See, every time I see shit like this, like, okay, I mean, it could be suicide because, like, yeah, abuse can be, like, really mentally taxing. But, like, I need more details. Like, was she about to testify? Was she about to come forward?
Again, who?
Virginia Roberts.
Can you spell it?
This is literally Chappelle's skit. You know, like, when they that George Bush skit about Chappelle, it was just like, you doing that oil? Huh? Oil? Bitch, you cooking? What you would do? Oil? This is like, huh? Who? Come on, man.
Common spelling. Virginia, like the state.
Can you spell it for me, please?
Roberts.
Okay, that shit is some next level, man. I don't want to see the photo of the victim, man. God damn, that's heavy. No, man, this shit can't die. I'm just saying, like, this shit can't die. Like, I don't think it's gonna die, right? Trump's, like, press is just gonna increase. And I feel like, I don't know. I don't know if like Trump is in it, but in which level he's in it, it will depend. If he's in the list, but if there is more nuance to it and he didn't do more fucked up things, he might still release it if the pressure increases. But if he's in the list and he did really heinous shit like 10-year-old and things like that, and let's just say, there is no way in hell, doesn't matter what you do, Trump is ever releasing that. Trump would rather get impeached and removed before he lets the list get out. And depends like how many Congress people, even judges, and how many rich, powerful people are in it. If that's the case, that's like trifecta. All the like, you know, like law, politician, and rich people. All trifectas in that. Forget about it ever releasing. That's just like, there is a power in this world, and these are the power, whether we like it or not. These are 3 levels of power because it kind of checks and balances itself out. But if they're all in the same page, we are fucked. That's what this is. Man, this was some interesting thing. All right, Bill, I'll see you next time.